Hi, I'm Jamie Brocky, and I'm here to help share the story of the Strunk family. Tell me again how old your kids are and their names.
So Hunter is 6. He started kindergarten this year, and Stella's 4. She's at preschool here at Anderson Hills.
Kindergarten? Is that going well?
Yes. He loves his teacher. She's like a princess. She's very young and bubbly and just what he needs because he adores her.
You didn't have to, peel him off your legs?
Oh, we've had those days, too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did that for the first 6 weeks with Logan.
Yeah.
We had, what was it, one day a couple weeks ago, and then today was a pretty interesting start to the day, so.
The one day I had to, hold his hand and walk him to the bus crying and, give his little back a shove up the steps, and he was, bawling. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? You're not sick. You have to go. This is what you're supposed to be. Sorry, buddy.
And then your little one's in preschool here.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 days? Just
4 days.
4 days?
Yep.
Yeah.
And does she like it?
Oh, she loves it here.
Hunter, started three years ago?
Yeah, Hunter.
Yeah, 3 years ago in the 2-day
This is our
class.
4th year at preschool here.
So it probably felt like home to her already.
Oh,
And
yeah,
She just
yeah.
was probably ready to go before you were ready to let her go.
She knows so many people here.
She just
she
goes.
says hi to all the teachers.
Is that how you found Anderson Hills? Was through the preschool?
Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah.
went here for 3 years, and about a year ago, I told Brian something was missing. I was like, I have this hole. There's a void. We need to find what it is. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be going to church. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I'm like, I'm going to find a list of churches, and I'm going to go. And I'm like, and if you want to come, I would love to have you. And
at that time, it was a little harder because I was working more weekends, so I felt unsupportive at that time, but also wasn't in my journey where I am today, but just didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. So that was a very interesting kind of start to it. And I know you tried 1 or 2 or whatnot, and then kind of settled here, and you're like, why don't you come with me one Sunday?
yeah, no, I didn't try any other churches.
I thought you went to one other one.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. We went to Crossroads years ago, but when I talked about coming back to church, we came here, and that was all I did. I watched a few churches online and tried to see
That's what it
where
was.
where my heart felt to be, but I just knew the kids were comfortable coming here. We knew people here. There were some familiar faces, so it just felt like an easy transition. I'm like,
So your kids were in preschool here, and that's what made you come to Anderson Hills Church for the first time.
yes.
Okay. Do you remember the first time you came in person? How that felt?
No.
Huh?
I know.
So, not sure I could describe the feeling. It was just felt welcomed, but also our only experience at church at that point in time was on and off over 5 or 6 years. We went maybe four times or so.
We were holiday
And
people.
it was to a mega church, a huge church where it's everyone's very, I wouldn't say cliquey, but also it's just there's not that small community piece where people are saying hi to each other and greeting each other. It's just a bunch of people in one room.
Yeah.
People said hi to each other, but the thing I love about Anderson Hills is that I can be like, oh, hey, Brian. I use people's names now. I know people by name, and I can just be like, hey, how's your mom? Or hey, how's this? And I love the community that we have here at home.
It felt a lot less overwhelming than previous experiences, just because it is smaller. It's that you see all the smiles and all the people that are just happy that you're here, whether they know you or not. It's just
When you came through the doors for those first times or the first few weeks, did you see people you knew right away, or were you kind of meeting new people?
No, I sat in every different section of the church, trying to find where I was supposed to be. At the time, the only person I knew was Angela Woodard. So I was like, where do you sit? And I found where her husband sat, and I tried the left side and the right side, and I tried the front and the back, and we finally have settled in. But yeah, we sat all over the place.
Did you go to traditional and contemporary, or just one?
Nope, we just went to modern worship.
contemporary.
Yeah.
And do you remember when it started feeling like this is our church home. Like, we're not just trying out a new church now. I want to be here.
I would say closer to the holidays. It
Yeah.
took me a few months getting into the swing of things with like getting ready for preschool and like trying to make those transitions because my kids were like, we come here for school, Mom. I'm like, I know, and now we get to come here for church. Even with kindergarten. Like Mike's kind of was like, I don't go to school here anymore. I'm like, I know, but we're still going to church here. That's the cool thing. You still get to be involved and you get to come and do all the fun things. And so making sure that they knew how those transitions were going to work. And then I finally got into my groove and I felt much more home.
And I feel the Christmas service was awesome. It was one of those moments where we're going through the songs before and after, and you can hear everybody singing together, like out in the audience. Which you probably can't hear it up on the stage, but it was just that everybody knows everybody's here and everybody's present, and it's just one of those like. You get that very warm sense of feeling of belonging.
It's like a hug.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Can you talk about how your church life, how has it impacted your family?
We talk about God and Jesus more now than we ever have. We sing about him all the time. Stella will come home from preschool and I'll be like, can you teach me the song? Because I have no idea what you're singing, but I know you want me to sing, so I need help. Because I'm like, this is a new one. I'm like, help Mom out.
We're stuck on, this little light of mine for a while?
Well, we've done them all. Yeah. We've done them all. So that's really cool. And I think that I pray more with my kids now than I ever have, and knowing too that sometimes it's cool because they come to me and they're like, Mom, we need to pray about this. I'm like, I love that. Let's do it. I'm like, right now, right? And they're like, yeah, right now. I'm like, let's do it. So I love that for them and for me. Yes.
And we all go through these things where like we have conversations with our kids that are harder to have, like loss and what happens at the end of life and whatnot. And when the kids start asking the questions because they hear it and they hear it talked about, it helps you in little doses prepare for having those tough conversations. And I don't know, with Bentley passing last year, our dog, was he 14, 15?
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. But just the way that they asked questions and then they kind of let it slide and then would come back and then would ask questions and just kind of teetered back and forth. It wasn't all this just huge emotional, rough week, but it was this process of asking more complex questions, and I think it kind of helped us at least get through it for them. For us was our own stories. But
It's amazing to hear and see their faith building like that.
in their little brains.
Yeah.
Because you can see the gears working.
Do you feel like they also have a sense of community here at Anderson House?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's fun to see them, especially on Sundays when they're like, "Oh, this kid from my class was here today." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "How cool!" I'm like, "Were they here last week?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "What the?" I'm like, "I love that." I'm like, "Well," so I try to find out who they were. I'm like, "Tell me their names so I can find their mom or their dad and reach out and connect." It's just cool to have that.
Yeah. So it's neat to hear about their faith growing. What about you two? What's it been like for you being a part of Anderson Hills, and how has Anderson Hills helped your faith grow?
Want to go or we go?
Go for it.
My faith has grown by mountains in the last year. Being here, having a small group, being able to lean on other people that I didn't know we would have. One of the things that I prayed for before we came here was for the people that we're supposed to be doing life with. I feel like we had kids and a lot of our connections disappeared. And I'm like, we are supposed to have people that we're doing life with, and I don't know where they are. And I would ask God to find the people. And then when I started praying, that was when I felt to come here. So here we are, and we have these people now, and we did VBS this year and art camp, and I did snacks for that, and I got other moms. I'm like, hey, you're not doing anything, come help me. I'm like, come be involved with this. And I brought Brian onto VBS, and I was like, hey, I'm doing VBS snacks. You want to come?
It was one of those things where I worked past the time that it started, so I was like, I'll be late, but I'll be there just for whatever you need. Like if you guys need me to run or do anything, like I'll try and help. But it's honestly so being involved and getting that piece of me back after just a very inviting, very warm feeling from the church to be able to give something back and make sure that the kids felt special and that I could still volunteer and give time even though we do have busy lives. And I mean, that's why I got involved with the event that we had for the
Back to school.
back to school event and things. So to help plan some stuff behind the scenes and whatnot. Like just being able to give back was cool because it started from a place of probably most people will call it mostly non-belief, to where we have transformed pretty much our lives, and I do feel pulled here by something more than just me, and that God has worked in positive ways in my life and has helped with a lot of processing things as we go through all these changes with the kids and get to know what little humans they're going to become, but also looking back and seeing how much I've changed personally. So, but yeah, and we have community. I mean, we have people here, our small group, and all the people we've met through all the volunteer work. It's just, I mean, it's awesome. We see them all the time. Wave, hi. You know, church used to be, come here, leave, and now it's we get here early, we say hi, we talk, and I'm always late to pick the kids up from kid camp because I'm a talker. So,
If you couldn't tell.
I mean, I hear such a great story of faith and community and getting involved. And so you mentioned like small groups and VBS and art camp. Do any other ministries come to mind as, you know, either things that you've been involved in that have made an impact, or maybe there's something you want to get involved in but you haven't yet?
Oh, I don't know. My first ministry that I was involved in here was MomCo. The first year of preschool, the director sent out an email about joining MomCo, and I was like, I need people, I'm gonna go. And I found lots of women there, and then I don't know if there's anything else that I would put that I would want to jump into.
I think there's probably still some
lot.
things to
There's
discover,
some things, yeah.
you know, and I think that's also really cool because it just keeps pulling you back for more, and I like it. I know I wanted to get involved with the Habitat project last year, and it has been many years since I've been involved in Habitat, but I just missed it this year, so I got sick and missed the day. But I'm looking forward to that, coming back around, getting involved with larger communities, and knowing that giving time is how I spread my love, is give time.
Yeah, it seems like there's always something going on around here, and there's always different ways to serve, and depending on what your gifts are, it's one of my favorite things about Anderson Hills. Switching gears just a bit, thinking about generosity, I'm just curious, how does giving, whether it's your time, your money, your skills, and your service, how does that connect to your faith and your family?
I want our children to be able to see not necessarily the monetarily value that anyone gives, but like the time that we give. I want them to be able to, that to be a part of like their core values, that they know that giving to others is something that we just do. We don't, like, we help when we can, we hold the door when we can, and being involved here and being able to give our time to different ministries has, I think, helped with that, because my daughter now shows up here early at all the things, and she's like, I'm going to help. And it's heartwarming to see that she just already jumps in at 4 years old.
Yeah, and it's the kindness, you know, paying it forward, because there's so many negative things about the world, and having just a moment of positivity can be all anybody needs to turn their day around. And just giving that back, being able to support that, teaching that to the kids.
About just so many ways that you're involved. I'm curious how how do you hope your generosity will impact others?
I would love just for anything that we do in the church, just to bring anyone closer to God and closer to Jesus and to get to know him and the way that we have gotten to know him in the last year, because it's filled so much for me. And just to be able to pass that on to anybody would just be tremendous.
I do agree with that.
When you guys think about your time at Anderson Hills, and you hear a lot about the vision for Anderson Hills and who we want to be and what we want to become, what excites you most about where we're going as a church?
I'm excited that we found our church home that we will get to grow with and that our children are going to get to grow with. Having little kids and being here and knowing the goals that we have and the growth and having children involved. And I'm just so excited that the kids have this place and that there's a church behind me that's going to help grow their faith and grow their backbone and just...
And be supportive of their questions and their curiosities and having people to talk to and bounce things off of, because everybody's in different walks of life, like different points in their lives, and just having the ability to really walk up to anybody and be like, hey, like, how are you doing? And then everyone always asks about kids, and it's like, are you going through this? Did you go through this? Having those guiding,
making connections
is... I just hear community coming up so much, and just like having people, it sounds cliche now, like to do life with, but I just hear that like a deep need and a desire and kind of a gratefulness here at Anderson Hills for the community around you.
100%.
If you had to sum up your experience here in a handful of words or a couple sentences, how would you do that?
I am grateful to find the home that we were missing. I'm grateful to have the place where I wanted my children to be able to run and be kids and to learn about God and to grow their faith as I grow mine and as Brian grows his, and a place where our family can just continue to learn and grow and be stronger in our faith together.
I would say that it's almost transformative to look back and see where I was a year ago to where I am today, and how included I feel by being here and just wanting to be here. Going from I don't know to I don't care to I want to go. I want to be here. This is where I belong. Having little things that you take from certain messages and things, like the Samson series. We had one of the mornings, Jess couldn't come, and I decided that I was going to pull myself together, get the kids together, and as we're getting together, me and Hunter, our son, got into it a little bit, as dads and sons do, not listening, whatever it was, I don't remember, overheated. And then that message that day was all about how quick Samson was to be angry or to take things out on others, and just, it's like it spoke to me. But God still entrusted him with all of this power and this strength. And it just felt like I needed to be here for that one. And the fact that I got to do it by myself, and had the strength to do it, like that I was pulled here to be here, and then heard it. And it's just, when you get those moments like that, it just kind of sums all of it up. Like, this is why. So.
That's amazing. You guys, it's been a blessing to hear your story and just to see how God is working in your lives and your kids' lives. Like, it's beautiful.